Hello, everybody. Before the podcast starts, I just want to say a couple quick things. First off, Merry Christmas! Or whatever holiday you celebrate. I'm currently celebrating Christmas. It is Christmas Day as I'm recording this. Second of all, this is a test podcast. There's still a bunch of, stuff that's kind of wrong with it. Like, some mics are a bit too loud, some mics are a bit too quiet. But just roll with it. And third, there was some audio desync issues with the video. So you will just be seeing a photo the whole time. So say if you're with relatives and they're being boring, just put this in your pocket and just listen to it. Let's roll the intro. Hello everyone, welcome to the first episode of Ranting with the Boys. My name is Wesley.
I'm Shane.
Yo, what up? It's me, Bro Date.
And this is the first episode of our official podcast. I am excited. How are you guys feeling today?
Yeah,
I'm feeling
You
good.
know?
How about you, bro?
I'm doing okay. Okay. I'm excited for this podcast, though.
Yeah, so podcasts are
Yeah.
conversations, so, we need a conversation starter, I guess. What should we...
Yeah, we could... should we, make a topic?
No, I won't.
I don't know, what should we talk about? Just, I don't know, say the first thing that comes to your mind.
I
I know.
ain't gonna... I'm not gonna say the first thing that...
What did you guys do last Sunday?
Last Sunday.
Yeah.
So,
Last Sunday, I took my dog to the vet. So, actually, I could tell that story, actually. Okay, so...
Yeah.
I have two dogs. One of their names is Gabby, and she's a little small dog, black and white. And I have another dog. Her name is Nova, and she's a golden retriever who's medium size. And so basically, yeah. Gabby is 7 years old, and Nova is 1.
Okay.
So basically, what happened is we have this tall, kennel that they both lay on because they have a bed on the top and they have a bed on the inside. So basically, Gabby is on the top, and since she's getting older, her bones are brittle and stuff like that. So basically, she jumped off the top and tweaked her leg because we have this brick fireplace next to the kennel, so it's kennel, brick fireplace. So she fell and hit that thing, and she hit her arm on it, and she was really tweaked it, and she could barely walk around. So we had to take her to the vet, and basically, they literally said that she was just overreacting. She was literally just being a little bitch. So literally, they literally were just she's just overreacting. Just bring her back to your house. So we literally bring her back to the house, and literally as soon as you get back, she runs around and sits and tries to get treats and shit like that. She's so small. I know, right?
Okay,
Bro,
yeah,
dogs
speaking of dogs,
are amazing.
give me a sec. Oh, this man right here
Dog.
is just annoying. He's disrupted my podcast experience. And he's licking my
Yeah.
hand. His name is Gus. His birthday's mine, so he's just turned a year old. And he's kind of scary.
You a year old, bro?
And I'm gonna
That's pretty
slap him
sick.
on the bed. Can you lay down, please?
He has the same birthday as you too, bro?
Can you lay
Speaking
down?
of dogs, I just got a new dog.
Good boy. You're not even laying
Yeah,
down.
yeah. I heard that. You have.
I have no clue how old he is, but I know his name's Scotty. He's a little tiny.
Yeah, at least you know that. At least you know that, bro.
Oh
At
my
least.
God, yes, of course, bro. Who wouldn't? You feel me? But dogs are crazy, man.
Yeah,
That's all you
dude,
know.
I love dogs. I love dogs.
Yeah, dogs are
Sometimes
awesome.
they overreact.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, today.
You look like a freaking. You look like that moonshine.
Me?
from
I'm
freaking beer. No, Wes.
Oh, I was gonna say,
Looks like
I
that
don't know
moonshine
that
dude
much.
from that beer company.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so what I have here is a toilet. It's not a toilet paper tube. It's a wrapping paper tube. Imagine if toilet paper is this
I was about to
size.
say, why is it so long?
Whoa.
Yeah.
But anyways,
You have a
During-
massive toilet paper.
no. But anyways, during music class, I went insane and I put a hoodie in my pants, stuffed it with pillows, put a mask on, and started walking around, bouncing on my bed, swinging 2 of these. But anyways, if you blow through this man's reaction is scary.
Wait. Tilt your camera down.
Oh yeah, I'm.
My camera just died. Turn your camera down. He's scared.
I think he just scared of it. I'm sorry.
Calling PETA.
Calling
Yeah, yeah,
PETA. Oh
Call
no.
PETA right now.
Don't call
Calling
PETA.
PETA.
Wait,
Kinda reminds
that's
me
another
of-
topic we could go to. We could go into like just our school,
Why
like
PETA?
our online
Bro.
school.
I was gonna say online school is. What's your guys' opinion on online school?
Bro,
Fucking sucks.
It sucks, and it also like doesn't
That's
at the
30.
same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, 3 cuss words. I
Counting how
mean,
many times we
yeah. Okay. Anyways, we'll try. We're trying to be family friendly on this
yeah,
podcast,
but me
but
and
you
this
know.
marshmallow looking dude are just
Yeah,
like, we cuss
we're-
every second. We can't
Yeah.
even go a sentence without cussing. So it's
Mhm.
hard for us to do this.
But
See,
I'll
I'm
go
just saying
first on my opinion on online school. So like I feel like there's cons and pros to it because like for example, I can talk to you guys like all day while we're in class. Like obviously when you're in school you can't just be like, "Yo, what up?" Like, you know what I mean? So like in the middle of class you can't just, talk to everyone around you. But like now you can do like, just more stuff. But like also it sucks because like I'm kind of more of like a physical learner. So like I'm better with like pen on paper, you know what I mean? Not like online.
Yeah.
So that's like another thing that sucks about it. But
Damn,
it
what
also
are your
sucks
thoughts
not being
about
able to see my friends. But
that? Hey, you don't have friends. What's your thoughts?
wow, I
So
am mad.
so for me, so basically, I used to have okay grades. I sucked at math. I still honestly do suck at math. But what I did was I would do my homework like when I had nothing else to do in school because like we're done with language arts, I'll just work on a writing or something. You know what I'm saying? But since he's, oh my god, this dog just grabbed some scissors. But anyways, now that we're in online school, I just find it a lot more hard to get stuff done because I'm like, why should I do? Because like homework, it was in my free time in school, and I didn't have like a computer. I didn't have distractions basically. So I
Yeah.
So
get that.
now I'm like, I should do my homework, but like, hey, there's a computer and a zombie apocalypse video game. So
Yeah.
I think
Yeah, that's another thing we could go into after Shane tells us about his.
Okay, well, my opinions on online class, man, they're boring. Like, I can't, like, be there talking to my friends, Brody, you feel me, Holden. you know,
Holden.
all them guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gabriel?
Yeah, just say I'm just gonna
Oh,
cut to
man.
Gabriel.
He's short.
He is really small.
Yeah, he is. He's
He-
like 4
You cannot lie
foot
about
Bro,
five.
he does like fitness workouts at gyms though.
Yeah, he's like a little.
Yeah.
He's a little man.
I
He's
get distracted easily, like he does.
Me?
Bro, if Holden had
Yes.
Discord,
Yeah.
if Holden had Discord, we'd be so much more happier.
Yeah.
Cause he'd just come in and just say something funny, and we'd just all die
basically,
laughing.
Wesley and Holden have their own little secret relationship.
Yeah.
Secretly.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on though. Let's move on. Okay, so what
Video
I was
games.
talking about earlier. Yeah.
Wesley and his freaking
So-
unturned crap, bro.
Dude,
he
he.
always asks, "Hey, you
Every
guys wanna play
day.
unturned?"
It's like
Yo,
nah.
I like
I bring up something
unturned.
like, "Bro, I'm so bored. What do you want to do? Play unturned? You guys want to play unturned?"
Nah. It's just-
annoying, bro.
It's like nah. I don't want
And
it.
he's like,
My bad.
and then when we don't answer, he's like, "Nah, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding." We'll play unturned if Tomas gets in on this.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tomas is one of our other friends from
Yeah,
Commerce
he
School.
goes by Homeless Vines.
Oh, yeah.
on YouTube.
Have you ever seen
Yeah.
Indian dude transforms into a freaking tank? Look
Yeah,
at
that
That's
was
crazy.
him.
That's some good quality stuff right
1,000
there.
Video views.
Yeah.
In other videos, it's crazy.
Mhm.
I wish I could be him, man.
I wish I could be him. It's like he
Bro,
comes
I
on
just
the
want to
episode.
talk about how me and Shane, we are like, we have obviously like high-end, like better computers, and we like play a lot more games. While Wesley kind of has like a MacBook from like 2012 that's been like updated a lot of times, so it's like a cyborg like
So How
MacBook.
much money are you getting this Christmas?
None. No, cause this, because of this,
What?
because of the DJI drone. I was like, I want a DJI drone for like my birthday or Christmas. They're like, we're gonna get it to you for your birthday and
How
Christmas.
much was it? How much was it?
500.
Oh,
Okay. If it was 500 next year,
Yeah,
you need to save up money.
and get an.
Work.
Yeah,
Or over the age of 14, work this summer.
I
dude,
I
yeah,
earn that
you could
money.
work with us. We
Earn
need to
that
make
money.
money.
I tried to get a
Earn
job
that money.
actually. I
Earn
tr-
that cash, girl. Earn that cash. Earn
Yeah,
the
you know,
cash.
I tried to
Spend
get
it,
a job
and
actually.
then buy a PC that is like mine. That was $800. That has really good like
Yeah.
specs and crap.
yeah, bro, because then we could all play COD and all that shit.
All
Or
right.
just buy a
Valorant.
$500 PC with like a AMD.
Yeah, like mine. Mine isn't expensive at all.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he
And
doesn't
mine
even know
runs
what's in
perfectly.
his.
No, mine's just like, it's like Shane's is like a purebred golden shepherd or golden retriever. And mine is just like some chihuahua that's mixed with like 50 different dog breeds. You just don't know at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Yeah,
Mhm.
like
Mine's
they
an-
both like
Mine's literally a bird. It's not even a dog.
yeah, Wesley don't even got
It's
a bird.
so
Or
random.
Wesley don't even got a dog. It's just a bird.
Yeah.
It's just a bird.
It's just
Bro.
a bird.
I'm thinking of releasing a video at the end of the year just admitting to every single like online class hack. Just be like, this is how I just got through online class.
Just puts up Minecraft
Yeah.
Steve.
No,
Yeah,
I wouldn't. I
Dude,
no.
okay, let's tell the story about how every movement and like handwork class that we have, he literally sets up a box and just has a Lego Minecraft Steve just looking into the camera, just like,
It's this thing.
and it's great. Yeah, it's that thing.
It's basically it doesn't work on this computer. It only works. But see, look, we got Steve in there. We slap the roof on. And then we have this little thing. Then we get the Chromebook.
Yeah, and then he just lays on his bed and just stares at the ceiling until our teacher yells at him.
And then we just slap it on the Chromebook right here, and it just makes it look like Steve's listening on the Minecraft Zoom meeting.
Yeah, dude.
Bro, he probably like buff as oh right now, bro. What? I don't even know what I said.
I don't understand what you just said, honestly.
I really don't understand either. My glasses are dirty. Look at that.
I can't.
Why do you look so weird without glasses? I'm
You look like a
confused.
naked mole rat.
Yeah, you freaking walrus.
Oh god.
Wow.
Glasses. Oh, they're too close. Hold on.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, okay.
Glasses.
Yeah. Okay. He's just vibing. Just don't mind him. Don't mind him.
Yeah. Christopher
I
Columbus
already
sucked.
told a story, okay? So like, it isn't fair if I just like tell another story. So like,
You told a story
Wesley.
about your dogs. I was talking about PETA, and I was gonna go into the topic of PETA, but like, nah.
We
decided
could,
not
you
to.
know.
What is PETA?
By the way, whoever's watching this, in
PETA,
future.
okay, let me tell you. Okay, you say your thing, and then I'll tell them what PETA is.
Okay. In future podcasts, we're most likely gonna go into like more relevant subjects, if you get what I mean. Like we'll have a more like more set up podcast. Like this one's kind of just like a first try.
We're just gonna
mess
watch the
around.
latest Keemstar video and then just talk about that for an
Yeah.
hour.
We'll just go into politics and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
not too much. And
yeah.
Okay,
still gonna have
so,
fun.
Wesley,
Hmm.
PETA.
Yeah.
It is an organization that specializes in saving animals from like those barns that you like get your meat from, your local meat.
Oh.
Yeah.
Crap like that.
They have a
And, like,
Minecraft
they
server.
just
Except it is corrupt. Except it's corrupt,
it's,
and they don't actually really save animals. They kill more animals than they save most of the time.
PETA has a Minecraft
yeah.
server where you're not allowed to kill animals and you get banned if you do.
it's Minecraft.
I know.
It's Minecraft.
It's a
bro.
bunch of ones and zeros that just get
Oh, you
deleted.
playing Minecraft?
I like it,
Did you
cut
hear-
G.
Did you guys hear about the Tennessee nurse that passed out during COVID-19? Like she got the vaccine and then passed out.
Oh yeah, I think
Like,
I
she
heard.
was like, she was doing a live interview and she was talking about how like, oh, this will be better for the country, for the world.
And then she was just like,
starts
yeet.
to pass out. And then she was like, okay, sorry you guys, I'm lightheaded. I got breathe. It was crazy. And then she just passes out.
When do you guys
Man,
think?
So that's why I don't want to get the freaking vaccine.
Well, the vaccine, it's
Crap.
the vaccine. You're only allowed to administer it to people ages 16 and up. There's still no
Oh.
vaccine for 15 or younger.
Hmm.
I like that. I like that. I like that.
Kids will end the world, basically.
Yeah.
Too much.
Okay, no,
Bro,
when
kids are just like carriers because like they don't get affected by it really because you can't like, it's easier for them to like kind of be immune to it. While like older people obviously have like weaker immune systems and stuff like that, so they're kind of just like carriers.
Yeah. Okay, speaking of COVID, so I used to take the bus home. And I was on the bus from school to the conjunction thing where I could hop on the bus to go home. And there was a kid who either had COVID or was like terminally ill. This kid was like the size of Gabriel, but like 5 years younger. And he looked kind of like Tomas, except he was literally hacking up and coughing in like everyone's faces. And I'm just trying to just get home. And then this kid starts listening to literal Minecraft themes, like Minecraft parodies, on his phone. He doesn't wear headphones. And it's max volumed in this tiny bus.
That's amazing. That's, I respect that.
But like if you were blind, what you hear is
nice. You're in Walmart, my guy.
No, but if you were blind, you just hear. No, but if you were blind, you just hear like a Minecraft parody, and then just. This kid was like in, and then his grandma was like, cough on somebody else. And I'm just like. I have so many interesting bus stories. I got verbally assaulted by a guy with no legs.
I remember that story. Okay, Shane, you do your Walmart story, and then you can tell that, and then I'll do.
Yeah, I remember I was in Walmart once, and I'm just walking with my mom and buying stuff. I look over, there's this girl laying on the ground, right? And she's fat, like tubby fat. I have never seen a literal kid so fat in my life. And it was like, oh my god, look at that kid. She's fat. Okay? And so I'm walking by, and then I just hear her screaming and stuff, and right? I look over, and she's throwing a fit. It turns out she was actually having a seizure, and she was sort of like overdosing on the medication because of it.
Oh.
It was crazy.
Dang, that's crazy.
I thought she was just.
And that whole time she was having a seizure, you're like.
Skittles.
Bro, in your mind, the whole time you're walking by, you're like, that fat. And you're like.
There was a pack of Skittles on the ground. I thought she was throwing a fit because of the Skittles. I thought she couldn't get the Skittles.
She's like trying to open them, then she just throws them at an employee.
Her fat fingers just can't peel it open.
No, some freaking like McDonald's just gets on the wrapper and it like erodes away.
Bro, I swear she was built like some freaking like Talkies bag. No, she was built like a Funyuns bag, homie. She was built like this. You feel me, bro? She was built, bro.
Yeah,
like, she probably weighed 300 pounds or something. My 300-pound life. Oh my god, sign her up, bros.
Okay, Wes, you tell your story about
Okay, I'll be right back. I gotta check on this pupper. Entertain.
Okay. Well, I guess it's just me and you then for a little bit.
God, look at he looks like a hunchback whale. Oh my god.
Okay, so here's.
Wesley, it's alright.
Alright, here's the bus story. So, basically, I'm on the bus. It's a Wednesday.
Like, hold on. Before you start, why do you have so many bus stories?
He goes on the bus.
Because I take the bus. I used to take the bus to school. All my family's working.
Yo, Shane, sometimes I just wonder.
But so anyways,
your car.
I was on the bus and it was.
Your car. Like some sort of like freaking McDonald's corporation as a CEO. I didn't know.
Okay, so basically,
just continue.
I was on the bus and it was a Wednesday, so that means it was a half day. It's not a thing anymore because online class. But it was a half day. And it was actually in 6th grade now, and I brought the bronze bow home. Remember that book, The Bronze Bow? I think Brody. Remember that book? It was I was bringing it home to read over the weekend. No, it was a Wednesday. I was bringing it home to read it. And basically, I'm pretty sure this guy was a mad drunk, or maybe he was high. I don't know. But I get to the junction, and I'm taking, Route 4 to get home. And this guy, he was probably also 300 pounds, rolls up. He doesn't have, like, a shin or a foot on one of his legs. He rolls up in a wheelchair, and he's like, yo, let's go before the cops get here. And I'm like,
What?
They
What?
see me rolling.
And
Hey. So he just rolls onto the bus and just starts assaulting a kid. Is basically what you're saying.
no, he goes, let's go before the cops get here. And then the bus guy's like, do you have locks on your wheelchair? And he was like, he fills with it, and it's an old busted wheelchair. It's like this. It's like my chair. It's just old and just kind of dying. And so it doesn't have brakes, so he has to lock the guy in to the bus, and I have to get up and move because normally, so the bus, there's the front seat, then there's a bunch of rows, then you go up a couple stairs, and there's the back rows, and I like to sit at the very end of the front rows because there's like a nice wall right here that I can lean against. So, but that's also where you strap the wheelchair people, and so I had to get up and move, and he had to take down the seats and stuff, and then he starts going, and apparently this guy probably came from a school where it was like a half day on Friday, because he thought.
Okay, we got Fregley.
we got
Fregley.
Fregley from. Okay, but anyways, he probably went to a school where like Friday. Can I talk? He probably went to school where it. He probably went to school where it was like a half day on Friday, not Wednesday, because he thought I actually like skipped out on school, and I'm reading my book. And he's like, oh, he's reading a book. He skipped out, so he stole the book from school. That's what I think was going on. He said, and he was like, yo, go back to school, kid. And like before I got on the bus, somebody was like, aren't you supposed to be in school? And I'm like, no, it's a half day. But I get on. He was like, yo, go back to school. And I don't talk to him because I don't like talking to people on the bus. Some cowboy guy just like did this once just for the entire bus ride. But anyways, he was like, "Yo, kid, go back to school." And then he's like, "Yo, don't steal from school. You stole that from school. Give it back." And I'm just like, and he gets on me. He's like, "Oh, you think you can lick me, huh? Let's go." He stands up, starts freaking waving his hand in my face. And he's like, "Yo, let's go. You can't beat me."
Stand up.
He has like his hands on the bars and he's standing on his one leg and he's like, yo, you think you can lick me, huh? And he's like waving his like, he has like that thing where like his hands like puffed up and crap. And he's like waving that in front of my face, and I'm just like, what are you doing? I didn't say it. I'm just like sitting down. And he's like, and it was like, dude, sit down and crap. And my sister was right next to me, and it scarred her. She didn't want to ride the bus ever again. She already did not like riding the bus. But she doesn't like to ride the bus at all now. But everyone's like, dude, sit down.
So wait.
And as he sits down,
he goes.
Ask
one thing.
Yeah.
You say what you're about to say, and then I'll ask.
Okay, so he sits down and he's like, "Yeah, kid, you ain't rich like me." And I almost started cracking up, cause this is a guy in a ripped hoodie with basketball shorts on this wheelchair that's literally been welded together from parts from a dumpster, and I was literally like, and then he got kicked out of the bus and escorted away by like police. So
okay, so what I wanted to ask is, okay, so like I'm not asking this just to like, I'm asking just because I'm wondering. So like, what was his skin color? I'm just wondering.
He was Native American.
I'm just wondering.
He was Native American. What? He was Native American. I think.
Native American.
And I
think all I was wondering. I
think he might have had diabetes. I think that might have been the reason. Like, you know, when you have diabetes, you have to get parts of your body amputated. And this guy was like 350 pounds, and he was also like, but he was also like missing a leg. So I just thought about that later. I actually have like a script on it somewhere.
I went to Arby's once, and I was getting something at Arby's, and this homeless person comes up to our car asking, "Can you buy something for me? I'll give you money so you can pay for it." My dad was like, "Okay, yeah, sure, let me do that for you." She gives him the money, and so we do what we want to do. We want to buy. He doesn't have enough money to buy, so he was like, "Let's just buy the homeless person her food, and then let's just get out of here." So he did that, and was like, "Alright, let's drive up to her, let's give her food, and just go." We give her food, and then she was asked, "Did you guys get your food?" We say no, of course, because Arby's didn't we couldn't have enough money for it, and we had to get rid of some things, but the things that we were buying were too much. So, we tell her no, and she's like, "Oh, really? Here, you guys can have my food instead." We were like, no, keep your food, and keep your money too, because she was giving us money so we can go back and buy our food.
Yeah.
And so we were like, no, you keep your money. It's your money. You need it more than we do. And she starts crying. And I'm wondering why she's crying. Dad knows why she's crying, because she wants to help us instead.
Yeah.
But I really, she had a good heart, but it was kind of getting annoying. So we leave. We forget something that was in her order. We forget her two, what are they called? Frosties? Those like little milkshake thingies.
Oh, those are good.
Give her Frosties. And then she's like, no, you guys keep one of the Frosties. This went on for like another 10 minutes or some crap. And it was just like, come on, man. You keep your money. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It's 2020. You can't judge. Gotta keep your money.
It's almost 2021.
Gotta keep your money.
Yeah.
It is. It really. This went by really fast.
I know. I feel like.
Thank God. Am I right?
R.I.P. Kobe though. R.I.P. Juice WRLD. R.I.P. all those people.
Chadwick Boseman, Black Panther.
Yeah.
Did not die this year. Juice WRLD died last year.
But still.
Still.
Yeah.
Bro, Chadwick Boseman.
Okay, can we? Yeah. Can we just talk about how I've told like one story and it was about my dog, and you guys have told like 4 stories about like, you know, you guys.
Our lives.
So okay, let me tell you a story that I've told like almost everyone in this training group. So, this story, it happened about like I think it was like 2012, and I was like,
oh, that was back when we had the
no,
cute baby face.
It is in the ice one. It wasn't.
Okay.
No. It's but I could tell that one too later. But right now I'm talking about when I was like 7 years old, and we needed to drop stuff off at the dump. You know how, you know, you have extra clutter and you're like moving houses.
So
you're like,
kept it with you.
Yeah. Wait.
What'd he say?
I don't even know what you said, honestly.
I said
what?
They kept it with you. You're dumb.
No.
Trash.
Actually, one time my mom had to throw something metal into it. So we went to a landfill, and it was where all the metal stuff went.
Yo, I literally have told one story about my dog. Okay,
anyways.
Chill.
Go.
So we go to this dump and we're dropping off, like, you know, stuff that we need. It's just extra clutter that we don't need. And my dad had a friend with him to like help us unload the stuff. His name is Jimmy, and he still knows to this day. He's a pretty cool guy. And basically, okay. So basically, we're unloading all this stuff. And there's this rusty bike. It's like a very old, rusty, you know, one of those like bikes that you use for exercising. And they're like connected. They're not like just like bikes that you like drive. They're like connected to the thing, and you like, you know.
Drive a bike.
Yeah. What's that thing even called?
Bike, whatever. I can't remember.
Motorbike?
No, it's
Fit bike.
Treadmill. It's a treadmill.
Treadmill?
Treadmill.
Okay.
You don't know what a treadmill is?
I know what a treadmill is.
No, So
it's the exercising things. No, that's what I'm saying. You know how treadmills are like a bike connected to a thing? I shouldn't have said like the bike first.
Oh, treadmill. Treadmill.
Treadmill was so old that it was a bike connected to a thing.
Why?
Oh.
Yes, it was like all rusty, and it was like a bike connected to a stand.
It was like a musket.
And you would just ride it in place. It was really old. So my dad's like, don't get on that thing. It was like 5 feet tall, and it was like hard to get on, and at the time I was like probably like 5'2".
Hold on. Are you talking about one of these things? Hold on. Okay, hold on.
Right now he's pulling up a picture of it.
Yeah. It'll work. Are you talking about one of those things?
No, it looked different than that. That is a treadmill.
Oh, was it like one of those like weird metal things?
That's a cycling exercise bike.
What was it like one of those metal things?
That,
was it like one of those little small metal things that you hooked like the middle of a tire to in the bike? I'm kidding. I
can't really remember.
Those
it was like literally like 7 years ago.
I have those at pit
but it was
zones
like,
for mountain biking.
All that I remember was it was like it literally looked like someone took a bike that you would normally ride on and just connected it to a stand. Like it wasn't even like a brand. Like you just connect. Like they just welded it.
The treadmill thing. I thought you would like stand up and then use it.
That's how it was. But like it was just like a bike connected to a thing.
Did it look like this?
No.
It didn't.
It was
okay,
old.
Let me explain to you. Shane, you're looking at pictures from like now. This thing was a piece of wood like this. Imagine, okay, piece of wood.
That was probably homemade.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Welded together, just like by some random.
Okay, so good. Get on with the story.
Yeah, and then, but what? Okay, yeah, it was an old rustic bike, and next to it there was like some barbed wire in like a pile, just like next to it. And while my dad's looking away, I jump on the bike, and at the time I didn't know how to ride a bike, so like the thing was like unbalanced, and I was like, oh yeah, and I fell over into the barbed wire, and I'm just like in this barbed wire, just like back up, just like looking into the sky. I'm just like, at this point I'm like paralyzed. I'm just like, what the hell just happened? And I'm like, basically I turn around and I try and get out of the barbed wire, and a piece catches on my knee, and there's like 2 pieces of like prong that isn't even barbed wire that literally, no joke, went like this deep in my knee, and they were both just like in my knee, just like claw, like in my like
Was it
kneecap.
like rusted?
Yes, and it was all rusty.
Did you ever get like a tetanus shot?
Kind of stepped on a nail.
Dude, and literally, it was like in my knee, and I literally like yanked, and it like ripped off a giant chunk of my knee. Like literally like a piece like this big, and
Did you eat it?
like that big. No. I did not eat it, Wesley. I did not eat it.
Okay.
Anyways, it rips off a giant chunk, and I'm like 5 years old, so I'm just screaming my head off. And to this day, I still have 2 giant like things that look like a vampire bite, like on my leg, and they're 2 like white spots. And I remember, like, I don't know if this was just like an over exaggeration of like my brain then, but like it was like a flap, like there was like a flap of skin, and you look down into it and you could like see bone. It was bad, at least how I remember it. But yeah, that was.
Kind of reminds me of the time I stepped on a nail. I was playing in like a abandoned house or whatever with my friends, hide and seek. Me being dumb, I had shoes on, and I saw a nail. I'm like, huh, what would happen if this nail pierced through my shoe? I'm just testing it out. I just keep doing it, and then I just step on it. Like as hard as I could, just like, oh, let's see what would happen. I step on it as hard as I could. I pull it out, took off my shoe instantly and my sock, and blood just started squirting everywhere. Like it was going here and here and here. It was.
Dude, that's exactly what happened to my uncle, dude.
I remember going back like 2 years later to that place, and there were still blood stains there. It looked like something straight from a horror movie or some crap.
Dang.
Yeah.
So you got messed up.
Was
it like a rusty nail?
Yeah, it was rusty.
You had to get like a tetanus shot and stuff like that?
Okay,
dude,
so
I had to
this
get
is your
tetanus
foot.
shot too.
Say this is your foot. This is your heel, right? This area, this general area is your heel.
Yeah.
It happened right above here, above my heel.
Ah.
Ooh.
And so it
Did it like hit a bone or something? Or did it just go through all the bones?
Here. Let me show you. It pierced like right here.
Yeah.
Right there.
Ow.
And it was. It didn't really hurt that much actually, but I do remember.
That's exactly how my uncle explained it too. It like doesn't hurt at all.
No, it doesn't.
Can I tell the story of my uncle?
Sure.
Yeah, hold on, but let me finish.
Yeah.
I had to go to the doctor, get a tetanus shot. I had to come back, and I'm just riding on my scooter, trying to use my foot. The more I used my foot, the more it would bleed. And so, like, sometimes it would just leave, like, a trail of blood. It was crazy.
Hey, guess what, guys?
What?
This podcast is already over half an hour long.
How long has it been going on for?
35 minutes.
Wow.
Dang. Okay, well, we can go to like an hour, I would say.
Yeah. What time is it?
Okay, so let me tell my story of my uncle.
Mac.
Yeah. Dude, Wesley's Mac can handle it.
My Mac can.
Okay, so
handle it.
anyways.
Man, you gotta save up that money and get that PC.
Dude.
Okay, can we tell the story?
Or recording videos.
Okay, let me tell the story. Let me tell the story. Alright. So my uncle, right now he's like 20 now. He works at FedEx and he's pretty cool. Anyways, he when he was like 13 and he was like my age, he was walking around in his dad's garage because his dad was like a mechanic. He would like always work on cars, so he always had like stuff laying around, like car parts and stuff like that. Can we just talk about how you both are looking down at your damn phones?
I'm making Clone Troopers kiss.
Lubricant eye drop thingy. I'm looking at this.
Oh, you don't even care about my.
I'm listening.
Okay, you better look me straight in the eye so I can see that bulbous forehead, okay? Anyways.
Wake
so
up.
he's walking around this garage.
Like Sally from Monsters Inc.
How do I look like Sally?
Let me show you.
No, let me just tell my story. Goddamn.
Let's do this story, bro.
So, anyways, basically, he's running around his garage, and he's still friends with all these kids to this day. He had like one friend named Kenny. He had one friend named Jaden. He had one friend named Jake, also. And he had another friend named Blaine. And they're all running around in this garage, just messing around, playing tag or something. And my uncle, so there's a giant bolt that was like this big, like probably like that big. And it was like one of the bolts that you would put like through a like gear into another gear. You know, like train bolts, how like men will have like a giant mallet and they'll be like brah, and they'll like hit the giant things in the ground. It was like almost that big. But it was like short. It was like short and thick. So like he's running around and he steps on this thing and it literally goes through his foot. Like imagine that his foot goes through and pokes out the other side. Pokes out the other side of his foot completely. All the way through. And he just keeps on running around. He doesn't even know. And then later he's like, oh, my foot is wet. And he takes off his sock and there's just a giant bolt in his foot. Giant bolt just sitting there and his whole sock is just soaked in blood. And he starts freaking out and then he starts feeling the pain because he's like, oh shit, it's right there. And then his mom had to take a pair of pliers and yank it out of his foot. Literally, like, grabs with a pair of pliers and out of his foot. And there's just you could literally see through a hole in his foot. There's just like a hole in the middle of his foot that you could see through. So yeah, that's the story of how my uncle got a hole in his foot.
Okay, so this reminds me of when I think we're all just talking about injuries. So when I was like 4, my sister and I were bouncing on our parents' bed. And previously, my sister split her head open on the bed corner and had to get it stapled shut.
You need to be arrested.
But it had to get stapled shut.
Continue.
And we're bouncing, and I think I bounce her, but then I slip and fall, and I hit my head on the exact same spot that she hit her head, and my head splits open. Like almost to the bone.
No wonder why you're so stupid.
Oh my god! Wow.
But anyways,
wow.
So my head splits open almost to the bone. Like it takes like a full-on towel to like keep the blood down. And my mom, like she works in the medical field. She goes into like my dad's garage, grabs like an industrial like staple gun, and just goes. And I'm just like.
She stapled your head?
Yeah, she's grabbed one of the like hard like the ones that like fires the staple out of it, and it's like no like painkillers or anything.
That kind of stuff.
I was just.
You can also use duct tape for that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
It'll keep it covered.
Dude, that must have hurt. Staple gun in your head, just like. That must have hurt.
It happened to my sister. That's the funny thing. It happened to my sister like a week before. She split her head up on the exact same
so
spot.
She was just prepared. She was prepared.
No, and then she's like, oh, you're a wussy. I cried like half an hour longer than she did, even though she's like 2 years younger than me. But then, a couple of years later, like maybe 3 years ago, I'm at the martial arts studio with my friend Cedar, and we're playing tag with all the other kids. And I push him, and he rolls over and splits his head open on a power outlet, and his dad's a surgeon. And his dad comes in, staples it shut. So now, like, we all have just, like, huge, like, scars on our heads.
Bro, I don't know why, but I got...
Dumb. Now we know why he's dumb.
Mr. Dummy over here. Okay, anyways. Look at
this dude.
You need to put that. You have a dent in your head.
Okay, but for some reason, talking about all this reminded me of the time that I was walking the dogs.
Oh my god, he has a dent! He has a dent!
Oh my god, he has a dent in his head!
Shane, you're the next Tyler one.
Oh.
Oh no. Oh no. You need to put that thing on right now. You better put that thing right on.
Oh my goodness.
Jealous, bro. You're just jealous.
Jealous of you, goddamn. Your haircut looks like a barber scan. Your haircut looks like one of those scanners on the back of like a tag. Line.
I'm coming over tomorrow. We going bald.
Bro, I don't want to look like a ball sack. I don't want it. Bro,
Okay, but anyways, this reminds me of the time that I walked my dogs. That just sounds really bad.
Your audio just cut out. Your audio just cut
Oh,
out.
but it reminds me of the time that I walked my dogs. But no, there's this property by my house, and it's private property. But the guy, it's never been sold since my parents have even been here. The guy wants it for like $7 million, and I'm just like, no, it's full of limestone stuff. It'd be really hard to excavate and turn into buildings. So a bunch of homeless people and a bunch of just people go there to hang out. Like there's a bunch of like whiskey bottles and beer cans and everywhere. So I was walking the dogs, and I take them out, and I get onto the sidewalk. No, I'm walking to this little trail that goes to the sidewalk, and I can still see the whole thing. And I just hear this deafening sound. And I'm just like, oh my god, do we have another earthquake? Because we had an earthquake here a couple years ago that made a sound kind of like that. And I turned around, and there's this guy with his dog literally holding a shotgun. And he's like 50 feet away from me. And it almost looks like he tried to fire at me. Like, he probably didn't. But like, as I turned around, he was like, and I'm just like, I thought it was firecrackers, actually. So I turned around, and I ran away.
You might have another hole in your head. You might even be more stupid.
Dumb, not stupid. There's a difference.
Yeah, true. Okay. We'll accept it.
Yeah, we'll accept it.
Well, just for this podcast. Okay, just for this one.
Alright, you got any more...
Weird red mark on my hand. Look at that.
No one cares.
Look at that.
I just have red here from just like having my hand on my desk with moving my
hand.
mouse.
I just have a lot of veins. My hands are very veiny.
Well, yeah, there's a lot of nerves and veins in your hand.
I know, but my veins pop out a lot. Like I have very like big veins.
Remember when we watched that Miracle of Life thing in Anatomy and Physiology?
Yeah. Bro, can we just talk about like school stories?
Yeah, sure. You got any good school stories? I broke a child's collarbone.
I remember playing bug under the dome and a girl falling and breaking her arm on vlog.
I love how we're like, hey, school stories. We just resort to children getting limbs broken.
Yeah.
I put 2 logs under the dome, not knowing what would happen. She starts climbing. She slips because it just rained. And the freaking bars are wet. And,
Wet.
Yeah. She slips, falls down sideways, and her arm goes like that way.
Ooh.
Her arm bent like back. Like it
Dang.
bent the other way it shouldn't.
So like hyperextended.
Yeah. And
Dang.
she just started crying. I was like, yo, shut your dummy little mouth up. It was so unnecessary. She was overreacting, but I swear.
Did I ever tell you about
Bro, we look like a
that looked like a broken twig.
We look like a graph.
Bro, she was built like a freaking stick bug, okay?
She was me.
Bro, that's what.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, you were built like a pole.
Okay, so you guys know the video game Escapist? The Escapist?
Yeah.
So one time I played The Escapist in real life before The Escapist came out, and it worked. In school. So, our old campus was actually 3 minutes away from my house. And there was this there was like a little kids play area. And it was right next to the sidewalk to the street, and then there was a police station right next to us for like protection and stuff.
Yeah.
Because it was like a kind of shady-ish neighborhood. But, like me and a couple of my friends, I think Holden was there. But we got together and we were like, hey, do we want to be in school? No. And there was like a bunch of shovels and stuff from the sandbox. So we grabbed these shovels and just started digging next to the fence. And we literally carve a hole underneath the fence. And a couple of kids were able to climb through, get out of campus, and then just started walking away. And the teacher was like, what the heck? And then just started running. I also tried to poison the teacher with a limestone cake.
Bro, throw me. Bro, I want to.
The teachers were running like that guy in Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs, the police officer. They're just like.
Oh yeah, they're just like. Yeah.
Did you ever actually like pee outside on the playground before?
Oh no! I caught some kid peeing in the. You know the Terrorbird shed.
Yeah.
It used to be like it used to have like 4 walls, kids used to play in it. And there's this kid that looked kind of like Gabe, but actually a bit taller. And his name was Shaka. He actually almost threatened to kill Nathan with a spear. But anyways, I walk in, I just see him peeing in the corner of this shed.
Oh my god!
What? Wait, what'd he say?
Ooga booga, ooga booga! About to spear ya!
Shane, your mic's not working. Oh, wait, now it is.
Yeah, it was cutting out.
Yeah.
You were like,
It's because I was getting too loud.
yeah.
Okay, so you remember that
Can I
kid?
just tell a story? Can I tell a story
Yeah.
about, like, similar to Wesley's, like, escape story?
Yeah.
So, basically, at my old school, we had, since it was a public school, there was, like, a giant field. It was like a football field. And then there was, like,
For the people that are listening to this, Shane just pulled out his phone and just started looking at it. Just like, let me check on my Instagram models.
Story. Okay, anyways, so we had a picket fence around the whole thing, and it was like super short, so like kids that were like, you know, kind of tall, climb over it.
I think he's recording.
No, Shane, you know, we'll just wait for you.
Yeah, about the.
Okay.
Yay!
Okay.
More editing for me.
Okay, now he's done with that. So, this story isn't about escaping, but someone entering
Oh yeah.
the area. So, basically, we were doing like an overnight school thing, like where you stayed the night at the school, and yeah, it was really weird. It was the only field trip we did that year. We literally just stayed overnight at the school.
My teacher, Mr. Holmes, the other grade teacher, was gonna do that with me.
Yeah.
With you?
So he did that, and
It's just
we ran
you
around
and
the
him.
field.
No,
It was like getting dark. It was like getting dark, so it was like dawn. You could still like see the sun, but there's these 2 homeless guys that walk out of the forest. Literally, they walk out of the forest with 2 sleeping bags and just climb over the fence and just lay in the middle of the field. And just go to sleep. Literally right in front of us.
Where else do you expect them to sleep? Home? Ain't got nothing.
Bro, but they literally just went to sleep. And
Yeah.
so everyone there is just like, did we just see that? So these guys are on the ground and they just have 2 bottles. And they're just like, just like laying on their backs in the middle of the field, just drinking their minds away. Dude. And our teacher walks out and literally, I love this teacher so much. His name was, dude, Mr.
Love
Creek.
the teacher, but you don't even know his
Mr.
name.
Creek.
Mr. Creek.
Mr. Creek.
And yeah. He literally ran out there with, okay, so he had, in the classroom, he had like a pot, a pot and a pan. It was for like a science experiment. And
Was it used for? That's the science experiment. Was it used for?
You're making me have
No.
to do more editing.
he had 2 pans, and he literally walks out there and just bangs them together and screams as loud as he can, and these 2 guys just go running. They literally just book it. They're like, oh, and they just run, and he's literally like, just smacking the pans together as loud as he can, and they just like booked into the forest.
How many
That
times
was
have
so
you cursed so far? Mostly, do you?
Kept
count?
Huh? I'm not keeping count.
Have you kept count?
No, I should.
God, you're gonna have to watch this over again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dumb. I feel bad for you.
Yeah.
Okay, and the next week, the same thing happened, but with an animal. We were in the middle of school, and it was during school hours, and a mountain lion climbed over the fence into the school. Like, into the school yard. And there was kids at recess, while this mountain lion just jumped over the fence. So this
Dang.
thing's just roaming around in the field, and we have a lockdown, and police cars like a vet and like police cars pull up to the school, and they have to like trap this thing and like tranquilize dart it. That was crazy.
I always dreamed of bringing a tranquilizer to school.
It was
I would
funny.
pay that. I would pay to watch that.
That
okay,
sounds fun.
so am I gonna be the only one that talks now? I just want to say.
I don't know.
You know, while Shane's just, while Shane's just.
Well, I'm clipping my nails.
Oh, all right.
Why are you clipping your nails in the middle of a podcast?
Well, no one.
Because my nails are looking kind of crispy.
And the whole point is just
okay,
listen.
Okay, guys.
Oh, I'll tell you about the time I broke a child's collarbone. So, on our playground, there's the giant slide thing. And every time I climb up the inside the slide, I always hit my back on the corner because it's so thin, I just get hurt. So I climb up the wall.
I always hit my head.
Yeah, so I just climb up the wall most of the time. And sometimes I jump from the wall. And so I was getting ready to jump from the wall, and I look down, I'm like, alrighty, good, there's nobody there. And then I jump, and this kid runs underneath it, this little redhead girl, and I slam into her. Like, my crotch just goes straight on her shoulder. Yes. I can walk to their house in like 2 minutes. They live right next to me.
Her little sister, right?
Yeah, but I land, and I just... And we just both go to the ground. I get up, I'm like, oh, dang, you okay? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, you sure? And she's like, yeah. And I'm like, okay. And then I walk away. And then I get sent to the office for jumping. I mean, that's basically the whole... Yeah.
You ain't allowed to jump. You ain't allowed to jump.
Hold up, let me just jump. Let me get sent to the principal's office. Thug out here, blood crip.
Oh, no.
Okay, so Shane, you need to tell one more story, and
I just realized I'm still wearing makeup. Everyone just went quiet.
You are still ugly with makeup. That's all I gotta say. Oh,
you need to explain that better, because like people are gonna think you just put on makeup.
Oh yeah, my sister did my makeup because we were playing Minecraft.
Yeah, and
we were playing Minecraft.
That's the reason why.
Was because we were playing Minecraft.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah,
boy.
So, what do you want me to talk about? A school story again?
I know
you can just talk about a story from.
You got any good
story
ones?
Anyway, I don't care.
The best one of like in the past year or two is when I went to California. I think I've told this story to Birdie before. I don't know about you, Wesley.
I don't think so.
But I remember going to a haunted house. I think it was called.
Oh yeah, I think.
I don't know. But I went to this haunted house, and it was a really good haunted house with like it would shock you. They would shoot you with like a little like gun.
They would shoot you with an AK-47.
Yeah, they shot you with like pellets, and it hurt like crap. That crap hurt. They would put a bag over your head, and they would just shoot you with pellets on the back.
Then they would put you in the back of their van and they drive away, dude.
Yep.
Stuff was crazy.
Dang.
Stuff was crazy.
They gave me a lot more than just candy, bro. But I remember.
Whoa.
Okay, keep going. Keep going with this story, boys.
The scary part, and there was this little Mexican.
That was the scary part.
Over like 25 to 24 years old, holding onto my arm, like, oh my god, she would not let go. She had, my guy, boobs, big, okay, dude, oh my god, my arm was just sinking, bro. I was like, oh, I never want this to end. I never want this to end. And then she's like, oh, be my little Superman. I'm like, nah, fam, this is just getting out of hand.
Be my little Superman.
I think her, like,
you walk into your room, there's just a bunch of cameras.
I'm taller than her, and I'm like, this is like when I was like 5'2". I'm taller than her, and she's like a little Mexican chick that's like 24 years old. And then I remember she's like climbing behind me.
She just climbs up the wall and goes into a vent.
Bro, I swear to God, this shit was crazy. Then when we were leaving, she gave me a kiss on the cheek, man. I was special to her, man. I don't think I'll ever meet someone like that. As crazy, some like pedophilia crap.
You ain't ever gonna meet anyone that's gonna get a kiss on the cheek. That's all I gotta say ever again.
At least I've got kissed on the lips before, homie. Like you haven't.
That's
for marriage.
For what?
For marriage.
Christian? For marriage?
Okay, I'll tell my story, and then I think that'll be the end of the podcast.
How long do you think your story's gonna be?
How much time do we got left?
We got 3 minutes.
We got 3 minutes?
Well,
okay, I'll be able to.
Editing is gonna happen. It's probably gonna be like a 45-minute podcast.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's not bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
So I was at this time I was it was a weird time in my life. I didn't really like remember. This was like it was a weird period where like I was kind of just going with the flow. Like I was kind of just vibing. And Shane just opened a virus. Computer's gone. He's out.
Oh my god, you should tell the time you got a virus. No, instead of
Oh,
instead
okay.
of the story,
I'll tell the
time you got a
okay.
virus. Tell the
Okay,
virus one.
so literally, it was yesterday, right?
Yeah, literally yesterday.
Literally yesterday, I was trying to update my Optifine on Minecraft, and I clicked on the wrong link, and I download this virus on my computer, and I literally, on the top of my desktop screen, had a search bar that said Chromium. And everywhere I clicked, this little guy would appear that was telling me to buy AC insurance. And
once he downloaded that virus, 4 more viruses came onto his PC.
dude,
I had to
4
teach
more
him how to get
viruses.
rid of that.
Dude,
It was crazy.
I was shivering the whole time, bro. That's like the scariest thing for me. Like viruses, I don't like that at all.
And then he got a pop-up ad virus, and it
Yeah.
just wouldn't go away. He clicked X, it wouldn't go away.
It literally was just there. It was just, like,
stayed
nah, dude.
This dude was panicking. You could hear the shaking in his voice.
Dude, I was
It was that
panicking. For like 30 minutes, I was just restarting and deleting the viruses. And after that, I went to my temp files, and I had 2,000 temp files to delete. It just instantly downloaded all that, instantly.
Yeah.
Stuff's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, well.
Alrighty, well, I think that is going to do it for the first episode of Ranting with the boys. We have...
With the boys!
Yeah, we're at 59 minutes. In the next episode... maybe we'll have a special guest. Maybe we'll be talking about something different.
Yeah,
but
Are we gonna have a special guest in the second episode?
It could happen.
I think we should at least have like 3 episodes with, like,
just us.
Just
to
let
establish.
you guys know, let us,
Just us.
But I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and let's roll the
First
outro.
Episode.
Bye bye.
Yeah, my name is Shane. Yeah, that's the name. Kick you in the butt if you forget the name.
Yeah. Alright.
Yeah, I got an extra chromosome. I ran over this kid. You know, feel me?
Yes. Hey.
Yeah.
Editor.
I
Roll credits.
Okay.